It'll be tough for a half a day and then we're done. And this has been tough for longer for us. Good. Good.
Breaking update. Based on several circulating reports and widespread fan conversations online, Kara Lawson has reportedly stepped away from her position with Team USA Basketball following Caitlin Clark's stunning final choice regarding her future with the program.
Because this is what life is about. You don't get to control the length of your adversity. All you get to do is control your attitude and your focus and just work like heck to try and change it.
Fans are caught off guard, insiders are unsettled, and the foundation of USA Basketball itself is now under intense scrutiny.
You guys are continuing to stumble over your own feet because of arrogance, because of pettiness, because of jealousy.
After months of reportedly feeling sidelined, overlooked, and disrespected, Caitlin is said to have finally drawn a line. The consequences of that decision are now reaching the highest levels of leadership. In this video, we'll break down what sources claim happened behind closed doors, why Kara Lawson's name is being tied to this pivotal moment, and what this could mean moving forward for Team USA.
Because you don't like the fact that this girl came in and became the face of women's basketball before she ever dribbled a ball in the WNBA, and you guys can't accept it.
Keep in mind, much of this information comes from anonymous sources, leaks, and media speculation. So treat it as part of a developing narrative, not an official statement. Still, the recurring patterns are hard to dismiss. Before we go further, make sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter of this story. From the moment Caitlin Clark first wore a Team USA jersey, it felt historic. She wasn't just another addition to the roster. She was the athlete driving ratings, selling merchandise, and drawing millions of new eyes to women's basketball. Yet despite her impact on the court and her massive influence beyond it, reports suggest the internal environment didn't reflect that reality.
You can't accept it, but you're willing to try to capitalize off of her.
According to individuals close to the situation, Caitlin was frequently benched during crucial stretches, excluded from lineups without clear explanations, and treated as if her role was optional rather than vital. Those same sources say that when discussions turned to the CBA or broader player concerns, her input was minimized or redirected.
You can't accept the fact that she has the biggest fan base, but you can try to make money off of her. Y'all can go collect money with Project B. Y'all can go do all of this stuff.
Even when she attempted to engage, contribute ideas, or ask questions, it reportedly felt as though decisions had already been finalized without her involvement. One moment that became especially symbolic for fans was the jersey number issue. Caitlin, whose number is closely tied to her identity and brand, was allegedly required to wear a different number while playing for Team USA.
That cool, whatever. You mean to tell me y'all are planning to push Paige Beckers as the face of USA Basketball over Caitlin Clark? Whoa, hold on a second here.
On the surface, that might seem insignificant, but to players and supporters, it sent a clear signal: your identity is defined here by us. Every time Caitlin stepped onto the court, the impact was undeniable. Viewership climbed. Social media interaction surged. Highlights spread rapidly online. Fans weren't just tuning in to watch Team USA win, they were watching to see what Caitlin would do next. Yet insiders claim her role never matched that level of attention. This wasn't about entitlement, it was about common sense. If one player consistently brings global attention, why is she the one being marginalized? Over time, what began as quiet frustration reportedly grew into something much deeper.
Y'all already played games when she was supposed to be on the last damn Olympic team. All of that jealousy, you had Andrea Carter and Chinny Ogwumike getting aired out all over ESPN by Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp.
Those close to Caitlin describe a season filled with conflicting messages and emotional exhaustion. One day she was praised publicly, the next she was left on the bench for long stretches with no explanation. She carried the pressure of worldwide attention but didn't receive the treatment typically given to the face of a program.
If USA Basketball really wanted to go all out promoting women's basketball, bring new fans in and get unprecedented attention for a team that has dropped in TV viewership.
According to these accounts, leadership didn't simply fail to support her, they made decisions that actively weakened her confidence and sense of control. Eventually, sources say her tolerance ran out. After another series of choices that left her sidelined, pressured, and boxed into situations she didn't agree with both on the floor and behind the scenes.
At the Paris Olympics, they would have had added the photo of one other player to this graphic. But no.
Caitlyn reportedly made a decision that was careful, intentional, and emotionally heavy.
I'm going to keep it real. She's the only player I'd have put on that graphic. The only player.
She communicated that she could no longer remain in a system that treated her like a strategic piece rather than a human being with a voice, feelings, and personal limits.
I mean, at some point, women's basketball has got to quit worrying about hurting people's little feelings.
She is said to have told people within the program that she was finished being handled like an object.
Siri, do you want to grow or do you not want to grow? You put Kaylee Copper, okay, Kelsey Plum, and I'm guessing this is probably Chelsea Gray?
Not a person but a brand symbol or a talking point. This wasn't a sudden reaction. It was the result of months, possibly years of trying to make the situation work, staying professional and focusing on basketball while increasingly feeling that the surrounding environment didn't truly respect her.
You need the power to affect your self-esteem and who you are as a person and how good a practice you can have.
When her final decision became known internally, sources say it sent shockwaves through the organization. The immediate concern wasn't just how to replace a player of her caliber, but how the situation was allowed to reach this point. That's where Kara Lawson's role becomes especially significant.
Don't give me the power. Don't ever give someone externally the power to touch you in that way. Because that's all internal, right? If you give someone externally the power to impact how good a day you're going to have, what type of attitudes you're going to have, how hard you're going to work.
Lawson is widely respected across the basketball world for her intelligence, leadership, and emphasis on integrity. Her career has been built around communication, player development, and mutual respect. So when reports surfaced that she had resigned from her Team USA position shortly after Caitlyn's decision, many people began drawing connections. According to insider commentary, Lawson disagreed with how Caitlyn had been treated over time. She reportedly felt the culture had shifted away from player-first values toward politics, favoritism, and rigid power structures. While her direct words haven't been made public, sources suggest Lawson no longer felt comfortable supporting decisions that repeatedly left elite talent feeling isolated, unheard, or manipulated. In that context, her resignation wasn't just a professional move, it was a statement. Lawson stepping aside suggests this isn't merely about one frustrated player or one difficult exchange. It points to deeper, systemic issues in how Team USA manages stars, handles conflict, and shows respect internally. Lawson was viewed as a bridge between players and leadership, someone who understood both perspectives. If even she chose to walk away, that alone raises serious concerns. The fallout has been swift and intense. Inside Team USA, sources describe confusion and urgent damage control. With Caitlyn reportedly taking a stand and Lawson exiting, leadership is facing unprecedented scrutiny. Questions are mounting. Who made the key calls regarding rotations, jersey numbers, and messaging? Who refused to adapt as criticism grew? And who, if anyone, tried to fix the situation before it escalated? Outside the organization, the reaction has been even louder. Social media erupted in support of Caitlin Clark as soon as these reports emerged. Calls for accountability, transparency, and respect began trending. Fans are asking why one of the sport's most influential players felt disrespected enough to take such a firm stance. They're questioning why a respected coach like Lawson felt resignation was the only option instead of fighting from within. They're also questioning whether Team USA's public image truly matches its internal reality. Sponsors and partners are paying close attention. Caitlin Clark isn't just an athlete, she's a major commercial force in modern women's basketball. Any organization that appears to diminish her value inevitably raises concerns among brands invested in her reach and influence. If players of her stature don't feel respected or heard in the national team environment, that perception damages long-term trust. Analysts and leadership experts are also weighing in, noting that this situation highlights deeper structural problems: political decision-making, unspoken hierarchies, entrenched favoritism, and weak communication. Programs that grow comfortable with old systems often struggle when a new type of star enters, especially one carrying massive cultural impact. Ignoring that reality isn't just outdated, it's risky. Caitlin Clark's reported stand has brought all of this into focus. She didn't simply walk away from playing time, she may have stepped away from an entire dynamic that reduced her to a symbol instead of recognizing her autonomy. Lawson's resignation reinforces that message. When respected insiders leave on principle, it signals serious misalignment within the system. The implications are significant. In the short term, Team USA must address roster balance, redefine roles, and stabilize leadership before upcoming competitions. But the deeper consequences extend far beyond that. Current and future stars are watching closely. They're observing whether Caitlin is criticized or respected for her decision. They're watching to see whether Lawson's departure leads to real reform or quiet replacement. And they're deciding whether Team USA truly values player well-being or simply prioritizes winning medals. This moment could redefine how Team USA approaches communication, leadership, and player relationships for years. If the organization listens, adapts, and rebuilds trust, it could emerge stronger and more aligned with today's game. If not, it risks pushing away the very stars that define its success. At its core, this is a defining moment for women's basketball. Caitlin Clark reportedly stood up for herself in a system that sought to control her image while minimizing her voice. Kara Lawson, by stepping away, signaled that even respected insiders won't support that approach indefinitely. Whether every detail is accurate or some elements are exaggerated, the larger message is clear. Respect is no longer optional. Players are not just assets. They are people with influence, emotion, leadership, and vulnerability. When that humanity is ignored, the consequences are no longer private, they become public. Team USA now stands at a crossroads. It can cling to outdated habits or acknowledge mistakes, listen to its players, and rebuild trust from within. Fans, athletes, and sponsors are watching closely, and they won't forget how this moment is handled. If you support Caitlin Clark and believe players deserve fairness, respect, and a real voice, share your thoughts below. Like the video, pass it along to other women's basketball fans, and subscribe so you stay updated on what comes next. The future of the game is unfolding right now, and how we stand behind these athletes matters more than ever.